I've said this a lot in my previous videos that depression is not a mental illness. Depression is a state that people find themselves in when they cannot cope with the reality that they are presented. So, I'm going to be teaching you how to cope. One thing that I've realized is that a lot of people who are woke cannot cope, and that's the reason why they become depressed. The reason why they cannot cope is because the resources that are available in society that people who are not woke are using to cope, woke people already don't want to use those resources because they don't think these resources are going to help them. They are way too woke for these resources to help them. Let me put it that way. For an example, a woke person cannot go to church and pray. But a person who's not woke can go to church and pray and feel better. And really, when it comes to life, it doesn't really matter what you believe. It's really about what works for you. It's really about survival. So let's just say you believe that God is gonna help you, He loves you, and when you pray, He hears you. It will help you survive, I guess, even though it's not true. But a person who's not woke knows that that's not true, so it's not gonna help him. It's not gonna help that individual. You see. A woke person might not want to go and see a therapist because most of them are trained by the system. A lot of things that they say, a person who's woke might not really agree with these things. So it's gonna make them feel worse. It's gonna make them feel more alone. You see? A woke person won't believe things that ain't true just to feel better. They want the truth. So how do we cope if you are truth orientated? There's something that Kanye West said this other day on the Joe Rogan podcast. He said, love and hate are basically the same. The opposite of love and hate is not caring. That's how you cope. One thing that I've realized about a lot of people is that they care a lot. In fact, the reason why you became woke is because you care. If you really, really care about what's going on in the world, you're going to suffer a lot. You're going to suffer more than normal people do. A lot of people who are woke are not experiencing things that are worse than what other people are experiencing. It's just that they care a lot. And the more you care, the more you see just how fucked up the world is. And the more you see how fucked up the world is, the more you care. You see? And the more you care, the more depressed you're gonna feel. The more depressed you feel, the more you're gonna feel like this world is not fair. And then you become more depressed, you know what I mean? So really the answer is not caring. When you reach higher levels of awareness, you're going to start to see that this really does not matter. This world does not really matter. This reality does not really matter. And that's going to help you stop taking things personally. That's going to help you stop taking things personal. Because if you take things personal all the time, it's going to do nothing but hurt you, which is going to lead to depression. What you need to realize is that the real world is inside. The real world is internal. You cannot even be sure if other people exist at all. You cannot even be sure of that. So you cannot care that much about things that are happening in the world, things that you cannot even change. What you must care about is changing yourself. What you must care about is changing how you feel if you're not feeling how you want to feel. And that's going to require you to let go of some attachments. That's going to require you to let go of some beliefs that you have that are not real, that are not saving you, that have imprisoned you. The good thing about this world is that you can really believe whatever you want to believe, right? And also, you can truly be in alignment with what is really, really true and be that kind of a person. It also can work for you, it also can heal you. And that's what I think a lot of woke people should do, because they cannot create stupid beliefs in order to feel better. They just want the truth. So figure out what the truth is. And like I said, no one can really tell you what the truth is. Keep on thinking, keep on asking yourself the most important questions. How did I come into this existence? What is this all about? Who created me? What created me? What happens after all that? Look, you can find the answers. One thing that I'll be doing also in this channel is guiding you towards that. It's guiding you towards your own truth, which will be the truth, by the way. If you really reach the highest level of understanding, you realize that, okay, this is the truth. You can't really tell another person what the truth is. It's the thing with the truth is that a lot of people that we're living with don't want to accept the truth. So if you reach higher levels of understanding and then you tell other people the truth, or you tell people who are seeking the truth while they're not ready for it, it might destroy them somehow. You never know. Like, truth is achieved. It cannot really be given. You have to do a lot of work in order to achieve the truth. So if you are on that path, I think the most important thing that you can do now is to let go of, some of your attachments, some of your limiting beliefs, about reality. Let go of some of these things. Yes, you see how the world is, you see how messed up it is, but you have to let go of some beliefs, and tell yourself this, because this is the truth. There is higher levels of understanding. You will see things from a better perspective. And when you see things from this perspective, things ain't gonna hurt you the way that they used to. There's this other meme that I saw on Facebook the other day that said, that showed the universe, how big the universe was, and then it pointed somewhere and said, that is you crying in the bathroom about your girlfriend, whatever, If you really reach high levels of awareness and really realize what's possible, you're not gonna worry about small things like who dumped you or who said this about you, all these stupid things. The more woke you become, the more you start to focus on things that are much more important. People ask me how I'm able to remain composed no matter what happens. It's because I'm woke, motherfucker. Like, there ain't that many things that can really bother me. There ain't that many things that can really make me angry, But I wasn't always like this. When I was waking up, it was very, very hard for me to remain composed. I'll get irritated by small things. But yeah, when you reach high levels of awareness, you start to cope better. You start to find better ways to cope. And yeah, that's what's going to help you. So that's how you cope. Thank you all so much. Peace.